What's up, loves? Happy solstice. All right, who's jumping on? Who do we got? What's up, Jersey girl? Give some hearts, let me know that you can hear me. What's up, Magdalena? Ozzy, hi, my love. You guys, I just found this remix. I'm kind of obsessed. Co5 Moses, I don't know what that is, but that sounds like an amazing handle. Hi. Peter! What's going on? All right, keep those hearts coming in. Let me know that you can hear me and see me. We're gonna do cards. Happy solstice. It's such a fun day. Today is one of my favorite days, the winter solstice. And today's a big one. Today's a big one. Yeah, I see those mad hearts coming in. Oh, Cosmosis. I love it. What's up, Nicolette? Marisol. Hair and Beauty Salon. Hi. Okay. We're gonna do a couple different cards today. Can you guys still hear me? Can you still see me? We good? Is it? Give me hearts. Are we doing something weird now? I can't see anything coming through now. There we go. Okay, cool. There it is. So, Valerie, hi, my love. Okay, so tonight we're for sure gonna do cards. Hi, baby. I miss you, girl. Put in your questions if you would like. I'm gonna do a general, but then I also thought it would be really fun to do the individual cards again. Thank you, Cosmosis. I appreciate that. It's just good lighting. Are you guys digging my... I put an elf hat on my Buddha head. Because that was the mood that I was in. Lots of things have been going on. Linnea, hi, my love. You guys, I've been in a hole. Lots of very interesting transitions going on. How is everybody else feeling? Tell me. Hang on. I'm going to turn that down in a minute. How are you guys all feeling? Is everybody ready for a new year? Are we ready for a new year? Are we ready for a new year? So much. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down because that was like an awesome remix that I found and I'm kind of obsessed with it. And let's jam. So much. Hi, Magdalena, my love. Yes, so much shifting because today isn't just like holiday spirit. Today is the 21st, which is the solstice. So those of you that, like myself, that like to practice the true shifts in, well, everything. Non-traditional holidays, these are like the natural shifts and things. But today, especially, it's a really big one because we just passed a full moon. So that's all accumulation and now ready to release. We hit the 21st, which is winter solstice, which is the time when it's the final day when the nights are longer. So now we're coming into light. So we're coming out of the winter and out of the darkness and into the light. Tomorrow is Matrix 4. That's just like an awesome side note, just saying. But it's also, we're like really officially shifting into Age of Aquarius. So I'm not going to get into all those details. You can definitely, be looking up all the different astrology for that. But today's been a big day that I feel like we've all been waiting for a really long time, whether we knew it or not. So to see what happens now is going to be really fascinating. So I'm really excited. So practice, do some extra ritual tonight, if you will. If you've got crystals, if you're like me and you're a crystal nerd, grab your crystals, go charge them out in the moon and then put them under your pillow. Okay, true story. I literally just had this conversation with my 6-year-old niece last night. She is all about the solstice. She is all about just like getting into magical and like witchcraft and all of these things. for a 6-year-old. So we're having that conversation. We talk about ruins. Now she's totally into the angel cards. So for her, and in true tradition, because that was last night, we're going to do angel cards tonight. So now she wants angel cards. And so we did a spell yesterday, because she's got this little witch spell book, which is adorable, and I'll read it to her. I bought the same one so I could read it to her. And so she went out, she grabbed her crystals and she went out under the full moon, and then I had her recite this little chant specifically for the full moon, for the solstice, all around friendship and bringing in new things that you want and letting go. It was kind of adorable. It was kind of awesome. And then she's all excited because she's going to put her crystal under her pillow tonight. So we can all follow along with my 6-year-old niece to take all of your crystals, go charge them in the fucking moon, and then put them under your pillow. So today is very, very special. And set, just like make a list of just more intention. There's just a lot more supportive energy tonight to just setting those intentions on for like the next 6 months to even this next year. Like, what is it that you really want to transform? What is it that you really want to be able to shift within 6 months to a year? Your whole life can change in a year. I've done it multiple times. I've set intentions every year, and then by that next New Year's, I look back and I'm like, okay, yeah, everything, literally everything can change within a year. So get your notebooks out, write it, laminate it. Hi, James, what's up? So there's a lot of really good, yummy, supportive energy. And we can take a note for my little niece on that one because she's like all about it tonight. So like I said, we're for sure gonna do some angel cards because these are her current favorite. And now I have to buy my niece, 6-year-old niece, some angel oracle cards. I love it. I'm kind of obsessed with it. She's into runes. So we're definitely deciphering all of those things. So, yeah, think of this as like the true New Year's. I know, holiday and, New Year's, January 1st, whatever. Today is the true New Year's. So you want to set your intentions now. Shifting and changing starts now. You don't have to wait for some New Year's resolution, right? But like put it down, write it down, set it on your heart. Don't just like mentally, say what you think that you should have or whatever. Like what is on like the deepest part of your heart? And what do you truly, deeply, need to be releasing in order for all of that abundance to come in? I have been right there, right? There's lots of different things. Some personal stuff came up for me. Some health stuff came up for me. Lots of things to just restructure, realign, just redo, just reinvent. 2 words for the year: reinvention and like really beautiful discipline, not the like overly stressful kind. Okay. I think I've been overly stressed, been too much. Yes, I love seeing all the hearts coming through. So what do you write in the comments? What do you want to let go of? What are you releasing? Consider this New Year's. This is the epic New Year's. So what is it that you want to be able to release that you're going to make room for, so that then of what you really want to be able to bring in? And as a side note, put in your questions. And if you want me to pull a card specifically for you, then we'll be doing that as well. Let's go, Age of Aquarius. Let the truth be shown. Let us stand for what we truly believe in. Let us let go of fears. Let us let go of projections, old patterns. Okay, we're still in that like last 2 years, remember the conversation was so much around like cycle breaking those internal cycles, breaking those familial cycles, breaking just those habits, Now it's like, okay, cool. Like we've gotten a good foundation for that. What's next? What is the vision for the future that you want? That's all. I've been really like diving into my whole destiny mapping, which is like using hypnosis to focus on your future vision and that version of you, that future self, if you will. Like if we don't have bigger vision, vision is almost too small of a word. You know, I'm going to look at the comments in a hot second. Vision is too generic, right? It's too general. It's too generic. We need more than vision. We need fucking alignment. That's for sure. We need innovation. I don't know. The word will come to me in a second. But it's bigger than vision. It's deeper than vision. It's like, that's too structured. That's too mental. That's not whole enough, if you will. You guys get it? Give some hearts if this is resonating. It's like the vision is, right, like too mental, but like you've got to have the heart, the alignment with the heart, the soul, all of it. Like that word, whatever that word is, it's more than vision. It's a whole perspective. It's fucking all of you. And get that into alignment. And be practicing that every day. And then who do you need to be for that? For those goals, if you will. For those desires, if you will. I love that Cosmosis, you just said desire at the same time, or you just texted the same time I just said it out my mouth. Okay, so is that it? Is that the word? I feel like that might be the word. It's not fucking vision, you guys. It's fucking desire. Does that feel good? Give me some comments. Does that like light you up inside? Like what do you truly, yes, Mad Hearts. What do you truly desire that encompasses the mind, the heart, the spirit, like your soul, everything that includes your beingness? Like who are you being? We all want to do all of these beautiful things, so you can make the list of all that you want to do. You can. The relationships, the business, how much money, all of those things. Those are perfectly, like, anybody. You can manifest anything that you want. Manifest, I hate the fucking word. You can have, you can receive all that you desire. And when we practice who we're being in the process of that, when those two things come together, fucking unstoppable. Fucking unstoppable. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Come on, 2021. That was cute. That was cute. 2021 was cute. That was playtime. With respect to everything that happened. Okay? You got to hear my heart on that. Hear my heart on that. Ugh, I feel like nowadays everybody is so sensitive. You say one word and all of a sudden you're going to step on offending somebody. So hear my heart on that. Some things, yes, everybody worked through some shit, and we can still honor that and still have greater desires for what we want. Don't let what's happening outside affect you inside, affect who you're being, and affect you going after anything that you want. Don't let that. Let's not do that in 2022. Too much distraction purposely. There, I said it. I'm not taking it back. Too much distraction. Honoring where we all got distracted. I got distracted, okay? There was a lot going on. Now we have to honor with compassion and not let it get us swayed. Coming back to that desire. Coming back to that full embodiment and alignment of who you are and what you want truly. Give some hearts if that's resonating. Okay. Laminate it and stitch it on a pillow. Yes. Okay, you release the need to be validated. If you have questions too that you want me to pull cards specifically for, then I will. But other than that, I've been pulling out some collective ones. Release the need to, loving the hearts, releasing the need to be validated by others. Woo! Ooh, come on, Wyatt, let's go. In my personal and professional relations. Yes, come on. This one's for you. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on Earth are in heaven and watched over by angels. Oh, I love that. I love that. So I don't know, that might be for you, but that's the one that fell out. Yes, I love that. You want to expand so you can fill in more. Yes. I love that too. That's awesome. Yeah, not just the letting go. Well, you need to let go so then you can actually have the capacity to expand. There is so much. Like, I know, like, I have not been showing up so much on social media. I'm just full transparency, you guys. I've been going through my own roller coasters. Like I said, some personal stuff, some just realigning on the business, some health stuff too. So it's all come like I've had to really just restructure how I want to line up 2022 for myself. And so I needed the capacity, didn't have as much capacity to really like be out as much. So that's all going to change in 2022. But I just want to let you know and just fully be transparent. Like, I'm right there with you. I have been going through my own processes. And so I needed to pull back a lot on some things. And you guys, we have to honor that process, right? There's totally another part of me that was like making myself feel guilty for it. Okay. And just love. I had to love that part of her. I'm like, thank you, baby. I hear you. And there's some other parts that needed to be honored so that then we can expand more. I can't show up for anybody, for my clients, for you guys. Like, I can't show up and be my best, and I can't expand more if I don't, honor what needs to be honored and taking care of some very specific things. So, all good. Everything's good. No worries. And I was worried for a little bit for some few things. Just being real. But we're good now. Okay, releasing old attachments for making room for the new. Sacred connection. Okay, and I know, like, let's just keep it real for a second. As always. We say all of this, right? Release the old, make room for the new, right? We say all of it, but like, I really just want to like invite you to, how are you putting that into action? It's more than just a mindset. Okay. Mindset is not going to get you, mindset's not going to work. Like a simple, like reframing or a simple sentence is not going to get you through those fucking moments when you're stressed out. They're not going to get you back into alignment when like the distractions of so many things in the world are happening. That's not going to do it. Simple reframing's not going to fight. It's not strong enough. There's so much emotional stuff that came up for people. Like, we need stronger, more intention. We got to buckle down now and really listen to ourselves more. Like extra hard, because there is so much going around. You got to just listen extra hard. So don't just say release the old so that you can bring in new. Like, write it down and put it into action steps and get fucking specific. It's a very general statement. That's another thing that really came up even for myself in the last like few months, like more clearly, right? Like, get specific. This is not the time to generalize, and not tonight, not today or tonight or wherever you are in the world, and tomorrow. Okay. So for the next 6 months to a year, like, let's go. Let's do better. Let's take care of ourselves and each other harder. Not that it's hard, but let's do it harder. Let's fucking love harder. Let's get more specific. Don't just write down the sentence. Like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do that? And the first of the year is always like it's so critical. So technically this is the first of the year, the transition, right? Because it's the solstice. That is my personal belief. Everybody believes many different things. I still celebrate New Year's, right? But this is like the turning. And this is the major turning into Aquarius age as well. Massive, okay? fucking justice, fucking like let all the truth come up to the surface. So what truths within you need to come up to the surface, and then get really clear and specific, and how you're going to put those desires, okay, not vision, not the general word vision. How are you going to put those desires into creating, into the doing, into the like able to have and turn it actually into a reality? What is that going to look like for you? Biggest question is how. Let me stop. Because when you're in creativity, you don't want to ask how. A lot of times with clients, like when we're brainstorming new even business ideas and stuff like that, you don't play the how game. Okay? So I want to make sure I clarify that, because there's still two steps. When you're in creativity and possibility thinking, don't figure out the how. Write down all of the desires that you have. Be in that place of possibility. Then have another place and shift into being able to figure out the how. And the beginning of the year, like I was saying, whenever you choose to believe the beginning of the year starts for you, whether it's the solstice or the New Year's, that's the most critical. Like the first 30 days are the most critical for us to shift into not just a mind perspective, because again, that's not going to cut it anymore. Like we need the behavior, we need the actions to follow the desires that we have. We need the embodiment of who we need to be in order to then do the behavior, in order to take action around those things. Am I making sense so far? I'll scroll down in a quick second, but I love seeing the hearts coming through. So that reminds me, or is a confirmation for me. So thank you. I've even thought about doing just like first 21 days of the year, like doing like private video. I don't know. Give me some heart, give me some comments, put in the comments and I'll scroll down. I'm literally just thought of this like earlier today and now I'm saying it out loud. So I don't even know. It was a side thought. Like doing a 21 day with everybody, personal development, business development, getting into embodying who you need to be, and then structuring stuff for if you want to move in, like having a personal brand and moving into an online business, structuring a 21 day thing. I just came up with that earlier. So I don't know, I'm throwing it out there. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in. I might just do it anyway, but I want to hear from you in the comments. Would that be something that would help you kick off this like new year of 2022? Not distractions. We're not getting distracted with some bullshit. No, we're staying on course. We're staying in alignment and being held accountable and having some like a different topic every week that you could really like dive into. Put in some comments so I can actually see it, and I'll scroll down in a second if that's something you feel like would really be supportive for you. Because it's such a good day. It's such a good day. My parents are having a solstice party. They're lighting candles. It's a day. It's a day. This is not just any day. Okay, let me scroll down real quick, because if you put in comments, I will see them in a second, and questions. Okay, releasing needing a man in my life in order to be successful. Girl, come on. Yes. Fucking yes. Cosmosis, you are my type of girl. We need men. We love men. We need men, but we don't need men. Okay? Two very different things. Same word, different need. We need each other. We do need each other. We need people and connection now more than fucking ever. Okay? I know that used to be like a fear-based word, you know, like don't say that you need anybody, whatever, don't have attachments, all that stuff. No, we fucking need people. Absolutely. That is healthy. It's unhealthy to not need people. Okay? And you are powerful regardless. No man or woman or anybody defines you stepping into your power, right? And you being successful specifically. So yes, I love that. And there's too many wishy-washy things going on with people, okay? I ran into this like very attractive man the other day. I was a little bit younger. I'd say maybe he was like almost a man, you know? And just listening to the things that they say about themselves, he's like, oh yeah, well, you know, I mean, I'm an asshole anyway. So I'm like, oh, you think you're an asshole? We were having wonderful banter about it, but just what people think about themselves is quite fascinating, and they'll say it out loud. So we joked about it. I did a little reframing with him. Okay, old ways of being. Yes. Is it Shantae? I see you all the time, babe. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Old ways of being, releasing. Good, done with it. How are you gonna do that? Write it down. Past versions of yourselves. Yes, done. How are you gonna do that? What steps are you gonna take? What tools do you need? May we release it with peace and love. Girl, yes. Serious. Let's go. It's one of the reasons, just as a quick side note, one of the reasons why I love teaching specific techniques is because when we don't know what to do, when the sort of mindset reframes just stop working because we're so in our shit, okay? Like when you're so in your emotion, like you need more of, well, I'll say for one of the reasons why I like teaching, it's just a different style. I like teaching techniques that like, it's like your little goodie bags. It's like your little, you know, bag of tricks that you can pull from so that in a moment you've got 5 different ways to get you out of your own rut, to get you out of your own way. Any self-sabotaging behavior, for those of you that know when you're self-sabotaging, having actual like practical things that you can put into action to get you out of that moment and get you back into alignment with that version of you, that future version of you, that highest version of you, that best version of you in that moment. That's the name of the game. That's one of the reasons, like for myself, that's what I searched for. I also feel like because I run more anxious energy and my brain, I feel like it goes so fast. Give some hearts if you resonate with this at all, that when I'm in like just an emotional loop, right? Or a mental loop that comes with those emotions. For myself, when I was searching for like tools, and I had a lot of emotional mastery training, right? Being an actress, you gotta master your emotions. I already had that. But there was still like this missing piece for me where I'm just like, man, I wanna be able to draw from something that I can have my brain like follow a step-by-step process that will take me from this like downward spiral loop. If you've been there, you know when you're stressed, that is a downward spiral loop. Okay, and when it comes then with that anxiety, it is hard to just mindset reframe your way out of it. Like you can't fake it till you make it in that moment. You just can't. And I've had plenty of training, like I said, in emotional mastery for that. So I'm like, man, like I need better tools. I want bigger goals. I need better tools. Now I say, you know, better tools to me is like better shoes. You want bigger goals? You got to get better shoes. And you need shoes that you can put on in that moment so you can keep strutting your fucking stuff to success. Because in that moment, like you can't get caught up in it. And like I said, and you need the thing, I wanted the thing that I could do for myself. That I didn't have to call somebody in that moment to be like, help me get out of this. I wanted somebody to teach me something that I could do by myself in that moment that I could draw from and be like, oh, okay, I'm in this spiral. I got 5 different ways to get out of it. And as long as I follow these steps, my mental, my emotional, and my spiritual alignment will come back in and I'll be right back on track. And that's why I love teaching in that particular style, because that's what I needed. And like I said, for those of you that have high anxiety and run a mile a minute in your brain and have bigger goals, game changer for me. Okay, if you want to know more about that, I'm happy to share with you. But that was a game changer. So yes, those old way of being, finding or releasing with peace and love, all that stuff, but how are you going to do that? What are you going to put into practice? What tools do you have that's better and more than just journaling? Those are great. Journaling, meditation, reframing, all of those are great, but when you're really stuck, like, better shoes, just better shoes. And hopefully they're sparkly too. And that means fun. Okay, created quality work, built it, yes. Last year was dismantling cycles, there you go, of behavior. This year is anchoring in the version of ourselves we are stepping into. There you go, girl. I know you are. I know you know those tools. And hopefully you're still practicing those tools. The more you practice them, the more you create those new neural pathways that helps establish that just natural, habitual way of being. You're so good at it too. Okay. Let's see. Full embodiment. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. Embodiment, amen. Yes, full embodiment. I love it. I love it. I love it. I call embodiment alignment. So those two words mean the same thing to me. Just so when I'm talking about alignment, I mean embodiment, but we all have these different definitions. Okay. Am I going to shoot another movie? What a gnarly pattern interrupt. I haven't in a long time. I did go to a really fun, when my mama was here, we went to a comedy class, or not comedy class, we went to a comedy show. Really, Sarah? Comedy improv show. Oh my God, it was hilarious. Okay. I always say, who knows? Welcome everybody that just jumped on like 5 minutes ago. Mindset without actions is just thought. Exactly. Need to make the thought become a thing. Exactly. And you do that through the practices. You guys can still hear me, right? Because for some reason it says that I have one bar. The internet. And we're in Venus retrograde. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a whole other thing. I think that's another reason, just for myself personally, why I've been going through. I have 5 planets in Libra, okay? All ruled by Venus. So when she is like going backwards, lots just come up. Okay. Action, boundaries. Yes, 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 yes. What motivates your desires? Great question. I love that, Cosmosis. I love that. Liz Davis, hi, my love. Are you still on? I don't know if you are, because I'm looking at, I'm scrolling down. Yes to the 21-day program. Yes, yes, yes to doing a 21-day program. Okay, so we have some more yeses. Anybody who just jumped on, put some more comments if you want me to do a 21-day program. Working on the subconscious energy. Yes. Embracing the new entirety of your being. Great. Love that. Yes. Okay. All right. I might do this 21-day program then. To kick it off, new year, bringing together personal self-mastery skills, all the self-leadership skills, that alignment, that embodiment, teaching what you would need for that, and then more on the business. So if I put those two together, it's mostly for my leading ladies that really want to be stepping into that next role of success for themselves. So if that is you, 21-day challenge could be really fun. I literally just set up my whole next year. So I could easily put that in starting in January. Okay. Let me meditate on how I can make that happen. If you're a yes and you're not on my mailing list yet, then go to my website and make sure that you're on my mailing list. Either download something for free. I have a free masterclass that you can opt into. That'll get you on my mailing list. Anything that I have your email, because things like social media, we don't know what happens. I'm not doing a lot of DMs so much anymore. I'm really moving to making sure that anything that I'm doing, you need to be on my mailing list to know about it. Just getting everything into one area. Yes, you will. Okay, great. So if you've already signed up for something of mine and I have your email, then you'll get notices for this. Or if you're in the Lead Like Her free Facebook group, or excuse me, private Facebook group, then you'll know about that there too. But I might be using a different platform here too as well. Which, side note, this is the last soul circle that we're going to be doing on Instagram. I'm not leaving Instagram. I'll do some other stuff on Instagram, but these live soul circles will no longer be on Instagram live. We will find another platform. I'm working on it. Haven't decided yet. Okay, my Libra side is... Okay, so shall we do cards that I pulled out? Or does anybody have a specific question that you would like for me to do a card specifically for you? Which one are we doing? Everybody? Everybody together or individual? Someone made me make a comment. I will do what you wish. Everybody? Or if you have a question specifically on, well, this is about love and relationships and leadership, but write it down for anything you want. Individual. Okay. Cosmosis, did you have a question? Oh, wait, a couple. We got individual. Okay, cool. And one general. Okay, so for those of you writing individual, I need an individual question. Love you guys. Give me something to chew on. Love and career, pull it. As a general, love and career. For you? For you personally? Write it down, please, so I can see it. There might be a delay. I don't know why I'm shuffling these. I'm gonna do angel cards for you. Okay, I'm just gonna assume. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Ooh, you got lots of releasing, Cosmosis. I can't think of anything. No desires? No desires for 2022? We need to pause on this. If you do not have desires for 2022, then this is part of what we need to have. We need to have a combo. We need to have a serious combo about this. If you can't think of anything that you want to know about for yourself personally, I love it. And the more specific, the better. It's super helpful. Wyatt, I'm sorry. Is that for you? I'm still not clear, love. I appreciate you typing something in, but please let me know. Okay. So I'm going to do Cosmosis. What does this court case going through look like? Rather, what do I need to know about the outcome? Whew. Lots of letting go for that. Okay. This one. Okay, I'm going to do a clarifying question, a clarifier on this one. It says, caution is warranted, excuse me. Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. So I love that she's opening like a little bucket of light. So it doesn't always mean a negative. I am not one that puts like fear or negativity into anything. So caution can sometimes mean a soft pause. It can mean don't be rushing in, or don't take reactive action. Okay, take a pause, look into something deeper, make sure that all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, make sure that like whatever is going on in that situation, because you're saying, what is it going to look like? Nobody knows the outcome of what that's going to be. There's no way that I could be able to know what an outcome would be, but it just means whatever space you're in right now, it's like look deeper into the situation of wherever you currently are at. Because then that may be supportive to whatever the outcome is meant to be, right? And we have to consider always that no matter what the outcome is, holding that space, that it's always for the highest good, right? There's no mistakes of anything. Our ego, our mind usually is the one that, not usually, is the one that has a desire for a certain outcome. And sometimes it could go a different way than how you hoped or that you truly desired. But ultimately that could be for the better. And we don't always get all of the answers for that. We don't always get all the clarity. We don't always get the why, right? We don't get the answer to the why. So for you also, I love, talk about desire. That's the fucking word, okay? It's not vision, it's desire. Literally, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity, did I not just say I can't plan this shit? Negativity will block your progress. Pretty sure, does that encompass that one? Did that one? Without knowing any of the specifics, because it's stressful, right? So if I may, then I'm gonna just remind you too that when we're in negativity, this goes for everybody. When we're in a really stressful situation, yours just happens to be this like very evidence-based experience that you could say, well, but this is what I have to go through. Like I have to go to court. So of course I have to be stressed. Of course I am stressed, right? We can find anything in life that will then validate, especially extreme experiences like that, to then be like, I'm stressed out, or whatever the emotion is, right? So not to project the emotion onto you, but I'm just being a little intuitive. I would be stressed out. When that happens, you get pulled out of we're going to talk about alignment. We're going to talk about the embodiment of your true self, your authentic self, the highest version of you, the future version of you that knows that the outcome is the best, that knows that no matter what happens, you're going to be divinely set onto the path that's best for you as that highest version of you. When we're in negativity, when we're in stress, when we can't regulate ourselves or re-regulate back into that alignment and back into that embodiment, that's when we begin manifesting and cultivating all the energy that supports the negativity. It pulls us out and we're like, but look at it's because of this and it's because of this and of course and because you're in court and because of whatever you have to deal with in court. And so we can blame it on all of these different things, and either way that's pulling you out of your alignment. So I'm just gonna like recall you, sister, friend, back into your fucking badass alignment. No matter what you're feeling right now, honor the emotion. Do not bypass the emotion, okay? That's not that we're not trying to re-traumatize an experience by bypassing anything. So honor the emotion that comes up and then move back into the alignment with trust, with your self-trust. When you're in alignment with the highest version of you, the true, authentic version of you, you own self-trust. You own confidence. You own your fucking power. You know that anything that happens is going to be the perfect, if you will, for lack of a better term, outcome. So remember that alignment and do whatever you gotta do to stay into those feelings and those emotions and holding that vision. Just like it says, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and then it will be the outcome. Negativity will block. Stress will block. All of the things that are over here on this side will block that and pull you out of your alignment and dysregulate you. We have all been experiencing some gnarly dysregulation these past couple years. So for you, especially in this particular situation, don't let it dysregulate you. Don't let it dysregulate you. It's like a toxic relationship, right? I still Remember, I've loved doing so many sessions with my girls coming out of those toxic relationships. And now Venus retrograde, right? I might even make an announcement. I might bring that course back again super quick just for Venus retrograde, because there's so much toxic negativity, and we got to remember to get back into alignment with the best relationship with ourselves, right? To releasing that old, to releasing those toxic things, and reignite that fucking amazing divine feminine fire within you, within all of us, man, woman, they, whatever your personal preference is. We all have that feminine essence, that feminine fire, and then moving into a fucking reinvention. Okay? Might be time for a reinvention for you. Give me some hearts if that's resonating. Hopefully, that supported you. Let me see real quick. Let me just scroll down. Yeah, Venus energy is coming in. Okay, good. Hearts, yes. Thinking makes sense. Okay. Noted. Okay, good. This is so on point. Stay open, dig deeper. Yes. And what you desire. And it's for the highest good of all involved. Yes. And just stay in your alignment. Just stay in your alignment. It's so easy to get pulled out. And we're human. We're human. We're going to get pulled out. All these things that happen all over the world, or just with relationship, it pulls us out of our alignment. So just give yourself a little compassion, a little bit of love, and be like, I'm all right. I'm a fucking badass. Okay? Move back into alignment. Honor the emotion that comes up. It's still speaking to you. Don't push it down. When you do that, you're going to get a headache. You're going to get a stomach ache. You're going to, right? All the different things. So I know you already know this. All of us, anything I've said, you all already know this. This is only a reminder. I'm not saying anything new to anybody. It's just those moments when we need the reminder. Okay, so good. You're welcome. And you will be successful. You already are. Okay. Let me scroll back up real quick. People at my job are trying to get rid of me. Oof. Is it the people at your job trying to get rid of you, or is it time to move on from a situation and your highest version is maybe nudging you by the people, through the people, using the people to nudge you out? Now, granted, this is a time when, anyone's job situation, right? I'm never going to tell anybody to leave a job situation, especially not until you have something else, to jump to. You don't skip a stone, or you don't jump until there's another stone to leap onto, right? So with respect to job situations right now, listen for why. I'm pulling cards for sure, but just my intuition off the bat, listen to why those things are happening. I'm a believer, or I should say rather what I teach also, is that everything that happens outside of you, many of you have heard me say this so many times, okay? You set the tone within, everything outside of you is the echo. You have a whole internal team of leaders. And now, if they're this literally happened with a client, right? She was getting bullied at work. And so when she's part of my Lead Like Her program, and so we were discovering all the different parts of her, right? We all have these different aspects of our identity and our personality. And so we're finding all of those different ones, because when you have inner conflict between two of them, let alone more, then that stunts your progress. That stunts your success. It can cause a whole slew of self-sabotage, procrastination, all of those things. Now, she was getting bullied at work. And so when we discovered that there were some inner conflicts within her, there were some parts of her identity that they were actually bullying her, okay? And we just put this in context of like different identities or different archetypes within you. But when she kind of was in that meditative process, she was listening to what they were saying, and they were bullying her, right? It's kind of that context of how we say, like the voices that we hear, like our inner dialogue to ourselves, like isn't always so nice. And it was getting translated, or the echo was being shown by the people in her work that were then bullying her. So when we got clear, when we integrated, when we brought healing and a sort of reconnection and trust between the different identities within her, guess what happened to the bullying from those at work? So maybe these people are trying to get rid of you, that's your statement, or is some of them trying, that's within you, that you're trying to leave? And what would you be trying to leave? And why would you be trying to get rid of yourself from that situation? Is it intuitively you really don't want to be there? So is there a conflict somehow? Or something else perhaps? But your card says, have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. Oh man, I know you can't see it. You can't make that shit up. Okay? Something new and positive is on the horizon. Sometimes we stay in situations because we don't think that there is something, another future that's available for us, another better relationship, or a better job, or something better. Another version of you that feels better than the identity that you've believed that you're supposed to be for such a long time. I'm a big fan of self-reinvention. I've done it, I don't know how many times. I'm a big fan of like, you know what? Boss up so hard, like be more successful so hard that people have to like be reintroduced to you. Like, oh wow, you've changed. Oh, thank you. You're right. From fucking yesterday even. Not the fucking same person I was yesterday. 5 minutes ago, rather. The more that you get to know yourself and all the beautiful aspects of you, the more that you realize that there is an abundance of possibilities, not just in the who you get to be, but in the what you are able to achieve. And when you're standing in that place, then there's no fear of, oh, I have to stay here because of A, B, C, or D, and whatever reasons. Or, oh, I can only be this version of myself because this is all I've known. Let the possibility and the excitement of having the blank canvas and being able to reinvent yourself and the fucking fun of being able to be anybody that you want in the entire world, to reinvent yourself any fucking time that you want to, because you can. The inner conflict might make that harder, might make that more of a challenge, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. It just means you don't either yet have that desire, right? That better, juicier word of vision. You don't yet have that desire. So what desire would need to be in place for you? Let's see, yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Okay, so that tells me, yes, exercise, peace of mind, meditation, that's some physical doing. So the deeper, like, kind of what I'm getting for this, for you, is like move the energy. Move the energy. The trying to get rid of you, are they trying to get rid of you from the job, or is there some energy that's maybe just been stuck or stagnant, or just, you know, needs some fire and some movement around it? They might not be trying to get rid of you. They may just be trying to get you to move in some sort of way, or maybe your internal aspects are trying to get you to move. So get your body moving and get into some meditation and move the energy around you and see if that changes anything. That's just a little, like, kind of what I saw intuitively. So give me some hearts if that resonates. Sometimes we feel like we're getting pushed because we're either holding ourselves back, or we haven't been, because like I said, the energy, it needs to move. So if you're not making the energy move, if you're not in practice of moving the energy, it's like, if I don't work out, like even just do some cardio or even just some yoga in the morning, like my legs start getting like just uncomfortable, or all this tension starts building up, anxiousness builds up more within me because the energy has to move. Success and possibility also follows the frequency of moving energy. Success and possibility does not match the energy of stuck and stagnant and not moving. It just doesn't. Those are the two rules within the universal energies. There's either centropy or entropy. Both are moving, and then they're stagnant in the middle. So you can be stagnant if you're afraid you're going to go into entropy, which is deconstruction. That's like negative looping patterns, destruction, right? Sabotage, like all the negative. Okay, then they're stuck and stagnant, which can be a good thing if you're stopped, because then you get to consciously choose which way you want to go. Or then you can be in centropy, which is all creative, forward, future, desire, momentum. Those are really the only three things that we're in ever. And if we can keep it that simple, then you can just take an honest look about where you are or what you are either doing or not doing, and then put in to practice things that would move you more into the energy that you would desire. Give me some hearts if that's resonating. Should I keep my land in, I don't know how to pronounce that. I bought 2 years ago. I'll read that one, but now that you've asked the angels for help to receiving divine guidance and assistance, you deserve heaven's help. As if you didn't deserve it before. Now that you do, since you asked. Sometime, that was aggressive. Okay. Slow down, Vanessa. To make your decision. I can't plan this shit. To make your decision, okay? It literally says that. To make your decision. I know it's blurry. I apologize because the camera doesn't zoom in. To make your decision, ask yourself, which ray brings you closer to your divine purpose, and which one takes me away from it? So what was I just saying on centropy or entropy? Which one is moving in this direction, that's entropy and destruction? Which one is moving in centropy, which is positive creation and forward movement? Same thing, which one brings you closer to your purpose, or which one takes you further away? That's how you answer the question about whether you keep your land or not. So fun. Are these hitting? Are these? I love it. Okay. God, I just dropped half the deck. Hang on. But we got Serafina. Okay. Let me scroll down real quick. If I passed your question, I don't know, because I didn't, I just scrolled back down. So great. Yes. Ooh, where's smoky quartz? I love smoky quartz. It's one of my favorites. It's so murky, but yes, it does. It's such a powerful energy. I'm just reading your comments right now. Okay, honoring your emotions, accepting love and humanity. Yes, I love all you guys chiming in on all this stuff. I love it so much. It's such a badass tribe. I can't believe we're going to be off of Soul Circle now. It's been such an amazing creative process with all of you, but I'm hoping that we can put something together on a platform where we can connect more. I might just do Zoom, seriously. Like I might just do Zoom. And those of you that want to show up on video, you can. And those of you that don't want to, you don't have to. But we might just do that. I love you, Val. Let me introduce myself. Yes, thank you. Maris, I'm coming to see you tomorrow. I'll get in the car. You're live, you just tried to call me. Why do you always try to call me live? That's why I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because you would have interrupted. You're the only friend that is allowed to interrupt me during Soul Circle. Let's see. What do I have to do to be more aligned for a relationship? Oh, that's a really vague question, because meaning a relationship that you're in or not, like to get in one. Be a little bit more specific, love. My Reviving Radiance program supported women not just in releasing like all of the toxic, like just re-healing after toxic relationships, but it really just helped you kind of step back into your power and that ultimate like sense of self, that I believe that attracting a relationship from that place is more powerful than attracting a relationship from a place of, scarcity or need, or especially coming from past unhealed relationships. We never want to manifest things from that place. So, there was a lot of belief that it's like, desire for soulmates and all this stuff. And it's like, it's really about like you stepping into like your ultimate relationship with yourself and stepping into that power, and what you do in relationships. And even if you don't end up having a relationship, like you still own that power. That's Reviving Radiance, love. I'm probably, again, if you're on my email list, I think because it's Venus retrograde, I think I'm going to do a holiday special for that one. So if you're on my email list, then you'll get the notice for that one. I think I haven't put out that course in a really long time, but I still have it. And my intuition was like, everybody's dealing with relationship shit because of Venus retrograde. I might just make that like a once a year thing, like just on Venus retrograde, like bring back Reviving Radiance. Let's get rid of the toxic shit. Let's like revive our feminine essence and then basically step into your power and reinvent yourself. That's a great idea. Okay, great. Yeah. I think that'll just be a year thing. And their techniques. So again, I teach everything that's in technique form. So you get specific video modules that you can watch anytime you want that will teach you these specific techniques that you put into practice. So they're very applicable, so that then you can actually, in those moments, whenever you're not feeling confident or, you're second guessing, whatever that is specifically for you, so many different things came up for all the girls. But then you would have all these different techniques that you could do. There's one in there that's a self-hypnosis. One of my girls, I remember, she kept listening to that over and over again because different experiences started coming up, and she cleared out, just talk about cycle breaking. That was my ultimate cycle breaking course. Like, it was the first one I ever did, and that's why I keep it, because it's just so much information. I've added and expanded and evolved so much more of the teachings that I offer, but that one just holds such a place in my heart, because it was just, I built that truly, I believe, through such a soul's calling. Like spirit, I was just like, how am I going to teach this? Granted, I had the education and the certifications in the specific technique, so I knew what I wanted to teach, but I'm like, how am I going to explain this? How is it going to look? And literally, it's like, I'm just a nerd. I swear to God, it's like spirit speaks to me in PowerPoint form, and I would get a dream, or I would like have a conversation with somebody, and then I would get this whole vision of literally like the whole spread of like the PowerPoint, and I'd build it in 2 hours and then like shoot the video. And it's just, yeah, I can't explain. It was one of the gnarliest ways that I feel like I do that a lot with a lot of my courses. I've gotten quicker with it, but that was, I don't know how to explain that. I don't know. And so the girls, those of you that took Reviving Radiance, like, but many of you don't know the process of how I actually built that. It was very, it just felt very spirit driven and very spirit guided, down to like the meticulous detail, And so, yeah, I joke and say spirit speaks to me in PowerPoint, well, Google slide sheets now. Because I like to, the process that I like teaching is I like to first explain. right? I like to show visually so that then you can understand why we do the things that we do, why we think the way that we think, why our emotions do this, what the process is that we're going through, so that you can understand the cycle that you're in, and then be given an actual practical technique or a practical actionable technique, so that then you get to put that into practice, and it starts rewiring your subconscious. It starts shifting your identity through tangible application. Like, give something to put into practice that you can do that's so much deeper. Like hypnosis, it goes way deeper than meditations. But that's not just the only technique. Like, hypnosis is really only, I think, one of the techniques, and there's like 15, I think, in Reviving Radiance. Like, there's 15 different techniques. One of them, well, it's on the website. You can definitely find more about it on there. If you have questions, let me know. But it's one of those things to, like, you really want to put something, like I said, I wanted something, just like, give me something to do, right? I didn't want I was teaching meditation. I didn't want another meditation for myself, honestly, when I was learning these techniques. I didn't want somebody to sit on a conversation and like mindset reframe my shit. That honestly, I was so frustrated with that. I'm just being super real right now. I was like, give me something that I can do myself to like rewire my patterns. That was my statement. And then women who were coming out of very similar situations that I had been in, as very just unhealthy relationships. And the biggest lesson was I had to learn that those were my choices, right? So everything is about like stepping into your power and remembering like the choices that you make. But when you're re-empowered and shifting out of old patterns, then you recognize like, oh, that was that version of me, and I made those silly choices. And you get to laugh at yourself and not take personal development work so seriously, right? Like, let's lighten up on ourselves and like have some fun with it. And it should be fun and an easy way to explain just why we're these funny humans and why we do the things that we do, while giving tools to help you shift into more of what you do want. So I went on a tangent. Hopefully that made sense. But that's Reviving Radiance. The other one is Power of Becoming, and that's I extracted the most powerful techniques out of that, and I put that into Power of Becoming, because after doing like hundreds of sessions with people over the course of years, like probably thousands by now, I stopped counting. I just recognized when the mind is wanting to shift and when the spirit is wanting to shift. Each person kept showing similar patterns of what their next breakthrough needed to be. And so after doing that, and I love finding patterns, I recognize, oh, okay, this person needed this. And then, oh, that person at around that same time also needed the same breakthrough. So I started recognizing a pattern of how to really, what was happening within each individual. And then I was like, oh, these are the 6 foundational ones. And so I put that into Power Becoming. It's like, when you have those, like, you're fucking golden. So it just got cleaner and more specific. And then Lead Like Her is a whole other, that was a whole other thing. Okay. Much more to come this year. In sharing all of these wonderful things. Okay, so do we have any other questions? It doesn't seem like we do, and we're at the top of the hour, so what I want to do is read these general ones that I had pulled out. And I love you all. Thank you for all the hearts. And all of your comments, and just being so engaged and being part of this amazing community for so many years. Like, again, I stopped counting. I know we're at 4 years, and just continuing this amazing community has been super, super fun. So if you haven't heard, this will be the last Soul Circle on Instagram. If I don't bring it to another platform, which I'm looking into right now, then we will be doing it on Zoom. If you're on my email list, you will have the notifications for that. If you are not on my email list, you will need to be on my email list in order to have the notifications for that. Or if you're in my Private Lead Like Her Facebook group, you may get it through there as well. We do have in the Soul Circle group, but I don't know, I may post it in that one. Be on my email list and you'll be sure to get all of the information. So if you've downloaded something of mine, if you've been a client and you've been in my courses, if you know that you're on my email list, love you, you're a rock star through all of these years. And if you're new, download something. Go take my free training right now for female leaders. You'll be in the email list. You'll be the first to know. Oh, I love that, Sarah Monica. So she's asking if the Zooms will be saved because you can't always get on the live. I know, and then these go to IGTV, which I may take these down off of IGTV as well. So yes, I will always record them and I will always save them all. Again, more reason, Sarah, I think you are on my email list. So again, all the more reason why you need to be on my email list. So if you can't make it wherever you are in the world, then you will definitely get the replay. Oh, I love that you were drawn to Soul Circle tonight. That makes me very happy, love. Okay, quick rundown of these for the solstice. These cards for the solstice. I'm just really excited because I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be fucking epic. I've been waiting for this day for a very, very long time. Okay. First one out the gate, fucking Athena. All right, let's go. Drum roll, please. Exactly. It is safe for you to be powerful. Can you see it? I know it's blurry and I know it, and it's backwards. It is safe for you to be powerful. Come on. What have we been talking about all fucking night? It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. I feel like I don't need to explain that one. Pretty sure that message was clear enough. And if you're just joining and you didn't hear the whole video, then that card is, you don't know how powerful that statement is. You're gonna need to watch the replay. So, wow, yes, mic drop, boom, exactly, okay? So thank you, Athena. So talk about identities, talk about powerful versions of you that you're stepping into. This is a fun game that I like to play, more serious than a game. Little kind of a sneak into a little bit of what we do inside of like Lead Like Her. Now, granted, each individual you have your own archetypes or essences, if you will, personas, identities, right, that you've developed over the years. Now, because these are powerful archetypes and they stand for a powerful essence that's been throughout history for such a long time, then there is an ability that we all have that you can either call upon to embody. Okay, this is not us feeling it outside of you. This is not a like fake Athena until you make it Athena, right? This is embody, like if she is the essence of being a powerful woman and knowing how powerful, being reminded that you are powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. If this is the essence, if her essence, is what represents that energy, then call her into you. Embody or align with Athena. And what would you need to do for that? More so, talking about the hows in the beginning of this video, how would you do things differently if/when you fully embodied or sort of took on or were in alignment with the energy of this archetype? Anything that you resonate with, right? Because she's a fictitious, right? She's a, mythological character, supposedly. Maybe she existed. We don't know. She's in history. She's in all these things, but they are like archetypes. So if we look at them as these are like archetypes, that whenever you resonate with something, it's already within you. You wouldn't resonate with it. She's in everybody. All of these archetypes, any archetype, any aspect of anything that has an identity or personality around it, everything's already within you, right? It's all already existence. You are the embodiment of all of collective consciousness. It's just which aspect do you want to be portraying yourself to be in any given situation or time. The rule is to not put them as these pedestals above to either be worshipped or I can't think of the other word, right? Like worshipped or whatever that other word is, right? Like there's no, like stop putting the power to these idols. Thank you. Idolizing. That was the word I was looking for, right? To be worshipped or idolizing. We need to stop putting the power to these aspects, these idols outside of us that strips you of your power, that strips you of the embodiment of remembering that you have everything within you. Yes, mad hearts. Okay. So she might be the fictitious character, but to not idolize her, but to remember that if you resonate with an aspect of her, that you already embody it. And to not say, oh, that is Athena, and wouldn't it be great to be like her? It's like, fucking remember that that's already within you. And all you have to do is tap into that essence within you, that part of you where she resides. Don't get it twisted with the most authentic, highest version of you. These are all just parts. There is always the alignment to that center, highest point within you. It's a different part in the Lead Like Her program, right? But embody, align. Does Athena need to be in the courtroom? Okay, if you're still on, babe. Like, who do you gotta be to achieve the desires that you want? That new word that we're replacing with vision, or excuse me, replacing from vision. Who do you gotta be to achieve the desires that you say that you want? And then how would you go about achieving those? That's the name of that game. Okay. Woo, damn, this has been a good one. If you guys are all just joining now, you kind of missed it. You're gonna need to watch the replay. Second, Oceana, take action. Come on. Put it into action. The how, I love how synchronized these are. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in this situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly assert yourself. Put it into action. Doing. The how. Go, like, I can't say, I don't have another word for take action and do and how. Yes, hearts. Okay. Is this aligning? So Athena, who you need to be, then put it into action as Athena, or as that fullest, most authentic, highest version of you, right? Who do you need to be? You want to stop sabotaging? You need to identify with a version of you that doesn't sabotage, that has no self-sabotage. They are in inner conflict. There's a sabotaging version of you, and then there's your fucking badass self, and they are in an inner conflict. That needs to be let go of, integrated, and then it's easy and it's effortless and you don't get in your own way for whatever it is. Business success, and career success, relationship success, whatever it is. Then you put it into action. If you're not taking action, whenever we are stuck or stagnant, if you're not taking action, that's an inner conflict between versions of you that are like arguing. Is that making sense how I'm explaining it? Okay. These two came out like kind of at the same time. So I don't know which one to pick first. Celeste. Look at that goddess in the night. Beautiful dancing. Get out of the stagnant. Exactly. There's been a lot of stagnant energy this past year. We got to get out of the stagnant. happy to move. Oh, a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. I feel like was this card needed for earlier when right? Wasn't somebody moving and there was a job situation? Move the energy. That just validates what I was saying, right? Usher in, this movement will usher in new positive energy. Move the energy. Yeah, love it. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are remembering too, because sometimes I say stuff and I don't remember. It also came with this one though. Look at how she's just like loving herself like an amazing goddess. Teresa, time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, and now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Feel like we touched on this one too. So these two may have been coming out when I was talking about it. Yeah, spot on again. Wow. Okay, so this is the same. I mean, again, if you just tuned in now, you're going to need to watch the replay. For everybody who's been on, I'm not going to reiterate it again, but take time for yourself. If you are not giving to you, you won't have the capacity for everything else. Okay, so take a little time out. Stop focusing so much on everyone else. You've been a badass at that. Awesome. Take a little self-care, like love the body more. The body's got to come, right? Remember, like the body has to come. So you're slaying your business, if that's what it is, your career, if that trying to get to those next tiers in business, or in your career, or even in relationships, whatever that is for you, like you have to remember the body has to come. So you're like sheer will and like drive and go. And hey, I will be the first one to admit that I do that. And then my body's like, mom, we're tired. I hurt. Okay. I have to balance my client time with then my time. I have to treat myself like my own client. It's very bizarre because I will continue charging. So again, right there with all of you guys, this is for everybody. Or we get too distracted in the world and we want to take care of everybody, or we want to worry about taking care of everybody, or whatever that is. You need to make sure that you're taking care of you. The body has to come. Shower yourself. Exactly. The self-care, so needed. Okay, that's another one of the reasons why I pulled back from social media for a little bit. Like I was just like, I can't give so much. I have to give to me. And it always happens too. Give some hearts, you may resonate with this. This has happened to me multiple times. So I always know that I'm about to seriously level up when my body makes me pull all the way back and I go into like a little mini health crisis, which is what's been happening the last like 2 weeks, hardcore. Okay, nothing related to what's going on in the world right now. Nothing. Okay, just making that clear. Sad that I have to do that. And I know that whenever, right, I do that, it's so that then I can strengthen my body more. So it's almost like this, I always get this vision whenever it happens, and I thank her, my body, and I love her, and I appreciate her for doing her fucking job. And then I remember to give her more attention and what she needs. And change up my diet if I need to, change up my supplements if I need to, whatever that is. So whatever that is for you, if maybe you need to reevaluate that, because I get this vision of it's like a bow and arrow and you got to pull back. There's a little bit of tension there, but it's like pulling back so that you can reassess and re-strengthen the body. And that's happened every single time. And this was a little bit of a big one. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit of a big one. So now I'm just like, okay, that just means bigger level up. If I had to pull way back and get way clear, and it might be because 5 planets of mine are in retrograde right now. So lots of different things about that for me personally. I don't know how it's showing up for everybody else. I'm just being transparent. And it's like you got to give to yourself so that then you can level up. Okay. Always. So let this be the reminder. Okay. Because we forget. So I know you already know this, but we forget. So let this be a reminder. Okay, last 2. Archangel Uriel. Okay, your emotions are healing. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open up to greater love. Come on. Let's go. Santa baby. Okay, I will help you release anger and unforgiveness. Unforgiveness. Yes, okay. Wow, it's getting late. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness. Is that a word? Unforgiveness. I don't think I've ever used that word in a sentence. From your heart and your mind. So your emotions are healing, which are enabling you to open up to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and your mind. If that couldn't be more appropriate and accurate for this day, specifically after the full moon, on the solstice, on this beautiful day of the last day of the darkest night, as we move into greater sun and appreciating of the sun and the light, this ultimate release and healing of the emotions to open up to greater love and light, so that then you can release the anger of unforgiveness. That doesn't echo in the ethers right now for the whole world. Like, release unforgiveness, release anger and unforgiveness. Come on, from your heart and from your mind. Can we just like collectively just like blast that like a fucking Care Bear stare? This is the last day of the darkest night as we move into greater light. Release anger and unforgiveness so that you can make more room in your heart for more love. Wow, again, yes. With Ariel. Tonight was everything. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Care Bear stare. James, you're always on whenever the fucking Care Bear stare. Amen. Yes. Aho. Amen. All of it. Yes. Wow. Okay. 4 weeks. Not related to current things. Okay. And now the time off to reset and recharge without even asking. Good. Love it. Appreciate it. Like, Spirit, Source, God, your higher self, your personal preference for the term will always give you exactly what you need. When I'm not taking care of myself enough, okay, if I just didn't rest enough, let's say, it could be just as simple as that, okay, not too extreme, then and I'll have like a client session that day, or sometimes it's like 3 client sessions. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up for this day. Like, let's go. Because they're charging anyways, right? But if for whatever reason, if I didn't rest enough, every single time, one of them will have to reschedule last minute, right? And I always leave room for emergency reschedules. And it's always appreciated. It's always like, okay, I get it, because then that's always comes right in time, where it's usually the last one of the day. And then it's like, I could have done it, but then that would have been pushing it, right? And so universe, God, spirit, your highest version of yourself will always make sure that your timing is taken care of for you to recharge and rest. As long as you listen to those open windows that are given to you and you say yes to them, rather than keep pushing forward and filling that gap with more of the doing of the whatever, right? Yes, mad hearts. So we have to listen too. Okay, last card of the night. Is it Raquel? As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. I think that's kind of an epic one to end on. Okay? Love her. Look at her little witchy hat. Look at her cute little witchy hat. That's what it looks like. Maybe it's a bird. It looks like a little witchy hat. So as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Balance between heart and head, but always, like, this is your fucking soul. This is your fucking spirit. If we're following this, always listen to that. Always listen to that. I've been reminded too many times, right? That like when I don't, and I choose actions that I think I should be doing, whatever, and then it always messes up somehow, or it turns just into a bad situation, right? And remember that if you're gonna make choices from your heart, you also don't have to explain that to anybody. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. And some people might be upset about it. They might not understand. In fact, they most likely won't understand because it's not for them. When they choose to follow their heart, they'll understand. Or in those moments, they will then know and understand. So sometimes you can have an inner knowing and needing to make choices for yourself that nobody else is going to understand. And it's not for them. And you need not explain. I know you already know this, but reminder's always good. You need not explain yourself to anyone. Not anyone, organization, or individual person. 100% big truth. Thank you. You're welcome. You feel lifted. Okay, good. Awesome. I love you guys. You're such fucking badasses. This tribe is amazing. You as a community are amazing. You as people are amazing. I'm so excited for everything that you are becoming, everything, the desires that you are wanting to create. Okay, we're out with the word vision. We're out. It's too general. It's too mental. We are using the word desire that is encompassing of the heart, the soul, the mind, all of it. What is it that you desire? Yes. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. This is officially a beautiful day of endings, the last of the night. This is officially the last soul circle on Instagram. If you are on my mailing list, then you will be getting the notifications of where we will be doing it all of the other times. If you are interested, I will probably be doing the 21-day personal and for business challenge that will be on a separate place, location, platform. So if you're on my mailing list and you want to be a part of that, to really just like get yourself, if you want to be that leader and really step into that next level for yourself, then for business, for your career, and for just your personal alignment and self-leadership, then make sure you're on my email list so you can get notifications for when that is taking place. I love you guys. This has been amazing to be able to do this on this platform. Things are changing. We love change because that brings expansion and that brings more opportunity. So again, seriously, no, I'll be lost on Tuesdays. Tuesdays will still happen. They're just going to be different. And we won't be doing it on this platform. So, but it's been a little over 4 years. Like I said, I stopped counting. So I just want to honor and acknowledge and just so much gratitude and appreciation. I know those of you that will follow to the next platform will. Some of you may not. That's okay. I'm making so many more changes. Some of you will follow. Some of you will not. That's okay. As I'm evolving and expanding and reinventing, some will be in alignment with it. Some will not. And that's okay. And everything, I just want to acknowledge you guys because I show up here for you. Always, I move my own stuff out of the way and I show up only for you, but it's you that makes these happen. And the fact that you have shown up and watched my journey through so many things, but also shown up for you on your journey. And if I have given even an ounce of wisdom or guidance that's helped you on your journey, I am grateful and I am so happy that it supported you in anything that you've been doing in your life. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I'm a Libra. I don't fucking do this shit publicly. Oh my God, weird. I've worked with so many of you and I've seen all of you guys every fucking Tuesday. And it's been a really amazing journey because I didn't have anybody when I was going through any of this. And so that was always my intention for Soul Circle. But you guys have made it what it's been for over 4 years. Something more that I could have ever dreamed of. Something that wasn't there for me when I needed it. And so I just want to acknowledge and appreciate all of you guys, because you've made this community. It wouldn't be here. It literally wouldn't be here without you guys. I love you. I love you too. Thank you. And so if there's any pieces of wisdom that you've gotten, I hope you've held that in your heart and continued to use that. And feel free to let me know if there's something that I shared with you that really helped you. I always love hearing those. If you feel like it, it's your presence here and building this community has been more than my heart and soul could have ever fucking imagined. And it's made my journey just that much more fun. So thank you for always bringing your questions. But more than that, thank you for bringing your questions that was a desire for you to move through something in your life. And like I said, if I've helped in having you move through that in your life, then I have done a tiny droplet of what my soul and spirit has come to this planet for. I didn't I love you. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. You let me know what my external experiences were really, what your external experiences were really coming from and what I was holding within. Oh, thank you, love. Oh, I'm so happy for you. And you helped give me the courage to dig into and love all of it. Oh, thank you for sharing that. And I'm so happy for you. I love it. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, like I said, why am I getting all emotional about this? Because I fucking love you. And I love this work. And like I said, right, my journey shifted when I was 29, and I shifted out of a very successful entertainment industry, and I reinvented myself onto a path of self-discovery, and then to be able to share those teachings over 15 plus years to those of you that have, gotten even just a little bit of what I've shared. That's been everything. So much, yes. But you're also really fucking smart. Thank you. That's awesome. Working with you changed the trajectory of my life, literally guided me to finding my power. Fucking Valerie, you're such a badass, babe. I adore you. I adore all of you. Super beautiful and dorky nerdy. Always gotta keep that. Thank you doesn't do it justice. I love you guys. Thank you. And Rosie, we won't forget Rosie. She'll make an appearance, I think. We'll have to have her make an appearance. Okay, we're gonna close it out. I love all of you. Again, if you're on the mailing list, you'll get where we're gonna be next. Just won't be on this particular platform. I will still be here. I will post. I'll do some lives every once in a while, random, whatever, but just Soul Circle will be moving its platform to a little bit different structure. Yes, Rosie. What you know about spiritual shit, huh? Rosie thanks you too. She's always here for you. She's always here for you. She's always gonna drop some juicy nuggets of wisdom, okay? She's got no fucking filter because she doesn't give a fuck, because spirituality doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to sound perfect, but as long as you fucking love yourself, you're golden. You're golden. So stay golden, boo. I'll see you soon. Bye, loves.